There's 100 or so days of summer vacation when he comes along just to end it. Our class's problem is spreading data and finding a good way to make it. Like maybe Elliot, you and our famous director, or Patrick running on the Zoom. Kate and Eric making the cuts, or Peyton holding up the boom. Zane clicking buttons, making the stuff, or Lachlan mixing the board. Griffin doing sports, Seth saying words, or making our teacher record. Anyways, that's all of the crew, and we hope you all enjoyed.
I'm not on Zoom!
Good morning, Alaska. My name is Griffin.
And my name is Seth, and today is January 19th, 2022.
In world news, the island nation of Tonga seems to have survived this weekend's underwater volcanic eruption, with the main problem being the volcanic ash that has actually gotten into their drinking water supply. Luckily, the New Zealand military is sending fresh water to help them. In Alaska news, this year's legislative session has started in Juneau with masks still required at the Capitol. I'm going to toss it over to Peyton for Zoom now.
How's it going, guys? We're just doing the Zoom here. So we'll start with Dr. Allman. Do you have any updates for us?
I think not a whole lot. I did want to put out there, though, that there are no spring parent-teacher conferences the week of February 14th. So students will have regular school days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is a day off for students, and then it is in service for teachers. So that's just kind of a calendar item to anticipate, and a 3-day weekend for students. So again, that's the week of February 14th. No parent-teacher conferences, which would have traditionally been held on Thursday. So that's a full school day. I know some families may have had travel plans because in the past that's been a popular time to travel because you have 4 days off there. But this year we will be in school. And I think the other thing is just keep your masks over your noses, because I think everybody's aware of it right now. Lots of people are getting sick, and that's probably our best defense for keeping people in school and activities running. So it's also a big help to staff to not have to remind everyone 100 times a day. So if everybody can do their small part, be easier to get through the end of the day. So I think that's it.
Cool, good to hear it. What about you, Dr. Claymire? My bad.
Oh, I've been promoted. No doctorate here. But yeah, thank you. It's been a while. I've been gone from the show for about a month, since before Christmas. So I hope everybody had a great holiday and back to school this semester. Yeah, there's a lot going on. As far as the union goes, we had our big annual convention called Delegate Assembly this weekend, and Saturday night our meetings went until almost 3 o'clock in the morning, because we don't finish until business is finished. And so that was a late night, but we got a lot accomplished, so that was good. In schools, obviously, tagging on to what Dr. Allman said, the sub shortage and, with vacancies, people being out sick, are impacting some schools more than others, but all across the state, we're seeing sort of a domino effect where teachers out, then that pulls a long-term sub that somewhere, that pulls somebody from food service, that pulls somebody from somewhere else. And so a lot of places are struggling to make sure all the needs of students are met. So stay safe, stay COVID free if you can, and make sure that we're keeping the people around you safe. In terms of bigger picture, since the commissioner is not here, the legislative session started yesterday. In fact, I believe he's testifying this morning at a hearing, and so that's why he's not here. Lots of big issues being discussed that will affect our communities and our students. Of course, there's always the budget questions, the PFD questions, but in terms of education, looking for a way to sustainably fund schools moving forward, fixing the retirement system for educators. But there's other issues too, in terms of getting funding for the Nyack school that has been abandoned essentially because of river erosion. The water actually came within 25 feet of the school before they decided last year, and the legislature funded last year the demolishing of the building, and they put the students in portables in a safer spot. And so in this year's budget is the money to rebuild the school. Hopefully that gets passed. Any number of other issues, but that's probably good for now. We're off to a running start, and we hope for a lot of positive outcomes this legislative session.
Well, thank you for the news, guys. Appreciate it. We're just going to send it back to Seth to talk about sports.
Thank you, Peyton. In the last week, a number of things have happened in the sports side of things. For all of you football college fans, on January 11th, Georgia ended their 41-year football drought with a 33-18 win over Alabama. Locally, Victoria Toastmar swept all 4 of her races to take home that sweet Coca-Cola Classic held Friday and Saturday in Girdwood. Colony boys and girls rolled across the Lynx Loppet meet with Tobias Buchanan, a Colony Knight, finished the 5.5 kilometer race in 15 minutes, 36 seconds. And our very own Wolverine, Maggie Keflos, clocked in the fastest girls time. Anyways, that's all this week for sports. Back to you, Griffin.
Thanks, Seth. That's all we got today, South. Remember to follow us on Instagram at SAHSTheDen. And if you have any questions, submit them at southvote.com. As always, remember to keep
Keep your claws sharp, Wolverines.